Okay, I think we are live. Good morning and welcome. Welcome challengers. Woohoo! It's day one. We're here on day one of the 5 steps to becoming functionally selfish challenge that I've revamped a little bit. Less of me, chatting away on these. So basically, welcome to the group. I know we have a group of over 100 people here. I'm not sure who is joining me. I hope you've all taken the invitation and you will enjoy this next 5 days with me. If you haven't received your, what do you call it? Your workbook, your email with everything, please shout out, drop us a comment here in the comments. And one of the VAs will make sure that that wings its way over to you. We need your email address to do that. So if you happy putting it in the box, then please do that. If not, just direct messages and we will take care of it, or contact here and we'll do that. So those of you that know me, I'm not FJTV. I'm here to help and support you to make conscious change in your life. So as usual, I've got my conscious cuppa here, and I trust that you have yours to lean in and listen and contribute and ask as many questions as you choose as we go through. So the first step in many steps, well, many, I say, there are many, but the first 5 we're going to go through this week is all about refresh. And my invitation for you is to try it for yourself. And you might think, well, okay, that's okay, Fee, but why? Why should I do that? And here's why. This is my why. So here is my take on refresh, if you like, the first vitamin or the first step in our 5 steps to becoming functionally selfish. Good morning, Jai. How are you? Please feel free to comment at any time. Ask questions in the chat box. I love interaction. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, and let us know where you're coming from, what questions you have. And yeah, we'll keep going. So let's first look at the meaning of refresh. What do you think it is? Post your comments here. What do you think refresh means? While I'm waiting for the comments, I'll let you know what I think, and I guess what the dictionary says as well, which really resonates well with me. It's to give strength or energy to something, to reinvigorate it. So to re-energize, reinvigorate, refresh. It's that sort of like, there's the things that pops to mind is, the shower refreshes her, or the shower refreshes me. You get my meaning? The feeling of being clean after a good scrub in the shower, and even better if you're not doing the one doing the scrubbing, right? Oh, Delano, are you here? Sorry, let me not get distracted. Back to what we're doing. Not talking about shower talk, right? So looking now at your present life, the things you want, yet perhaps you can't seem to achieve for whatever reason, whatever the thoughts bubbles that are coming up, you try over and over again and you fail again and again. Is that you? I know it was me for such a long time. Am I hitting any nerves here? And I'm not saying, don't misunderstand, I'm not saying that failure is bad. It isn't. In fact, I welcome it, as it means for me that I'm out there doing, moving forward in the pursuit of my dreams, failing forward. So, but who are you today? Who are you today? Who you are today, in fact, actually reflects the beliefs that you hold, and more so the beliefs that you hold about your own worthiness. And I have a question. What if those beliefs aren't even yours? Imagine that. I know, it's like, that was stingy, that was ouchy for me. That hurt when I realized that. I just took on everyone else's beliefs and forgot about my own. Totally disconnected from them. And when I realized, I knew my journey of looking external wasn't working. I wasn't broken, and I didn't need anything else or anyone else to fix me. What did I need? Again, pop in the comments. What do you think I needed? To go within. As I now know that when you go within, you never go without. Might be a cliche, perhaps you've heard the phrase before, but it is so true in my world. And I want you to experience these things for yourself. So you might be thinking, okay, this is okay, Fee, but how do you clear your mind and start fresh every day? This is what refresh is all about, which it is. And it's an opportunity to start fresh in the morning, each and every day, or whatever part of the day that your day starts. Each day gives you a new opportunity to look and to refresh your life and start anew, even more frequently if you choose it. It could be every hour. You're asking yourself, you're making a choice, a conscious choice, a decision as to, is what I'm doing, in my best interest for me, for my good, for your good, for the greater good, or do I choose to do something different? So there's different ways of choosing things, and often when I first started this, I found that having what I call like a brainstorming session, clearing out that foggy fish tank, if you like, that's perhaps my brain, and it was my vision, and it was all that murky, fish tanky, cloudy water. So I found that by doing a brain dump of everything that was floating around inside my head and all the murky water, and spilling that just all over the paper, allowed me to feel a sense of lightness and freedom, albeit fleetingly, but I could experience it for myself. And I thought, wow, wouldn't I like to be in this state all the time? Hell yeah, I want more of that. And when you do that, the beautiful thing is you have it all on paper, and you can make the choice. You choose, do I do it? Do I delegate it? Do I ditch it? Or do I delete it? There's different ways then that once it's out there, it becomes visible to you, rather than swimming around and everything getting mixed up and unclear. Another thing you can do to set your mornings up, right, and have this refresh every day, is to devote time to yourself. Whether you have a morning routine or you don't, it's something that I think you have to find out for yourself what works for you. I'm really big on, I share here what works for me and what works for other clients in different ways, different spins on things. But what's really important to me is that you find what works for you. I'd love you to do it the warrior way, but it is what works for you and your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul. There is no one size fits all. Believe me, I've tried many things, and that one size fits all just does not work. Yet you can take a mentor's ideas, you can take someone else's app tip. I use this tip to schedule everything, it's really fantastic, it works for me, it does all of these things. And yet I've tried many, and they're cumbersome, they annoy me, I don't like the sound, I don't like the way it pops up, so it's not for me. And when something doesn't resonate with you like that, you won't do it. So it's really digging in and finding what's going to work for you during this process as well. So that's not really what these first 5 days are about. This is about the uncovering and the questioning and digging a little bit deeper. But that's just something that I wanted to add in there. So as and when you choose which practices or things that you want to continue doing, you find a way that works for you so you can build that consistency muscle. So for me, another way of devoting time for myself, what I found works for me is in my calendar. I schedule the appointment just like I would with a client. It's an appointment with me, so I honor that. Yes, it can be changed, it can be moved if things prop up. I'm flexible over it, but I have a certain rule that I have so many appointments with myself each week. And I love that. That's my me time, and nobody ain't touching that one. You can meditate. That there is different forms of meditate. I don't mean it has to be in that Buddhist monk sitting position, and sitting in some ways and positions that I can only dream about these days. I don't know about you, but my flexibility in joints ain't what they used to be, and carrying the excess weight is not always comfortable. Having said that, I'm finding my own ways to meditate, my own ways to sit using props and different things which make it comfortable and allow me to still enjoy what I believe is a meditation world for me. Some people say eat the frog. You know, this comes from Brian Tracy's work. It's a fantastic book. If you haven't read it, it's one that I would recommend doing. And it's where we get to choose. We get to choose to tackle the biggest thing first, the most thing that's important for us, our hit list, on the hit list, if you like, for the day, and get it done. And once it's out of the way, I did this for a while. I don't actively practice this way now. You know, being open with you, I don't. But it did work for me to build consistency and to build evidence for myself, if you like, that I can get shit done when I choose it. And that's what I was wanting. I needed to know that I could do this too. I can have the same results that other people are receiving. And I'm worthy of that. And this is what this journey is all about. And again, it's turning over a new leaf every day, which is the beautiful thing about refresh. You know, you give yourself permission to start a new day every day, to destroy and uncreate you at the beginning of each day and choose to move forward unencumbered by the chains of yesteryears. Because how many of you look backwards all the time? Well, not all the time, but the majority of the time. I know I do still at times. I look backwards, I think about the past, I catch myself in, oh, that's going to be judgment, or it's going to be, you know, something, well, yeah, judgment is the main one, you know, or perhaps thinking around different thoughts, that aren't conscious, that unconscious thoughts. And I try to stay in consciousness as much as I can. No one's, well, I haven't met anybody that can do it, you know, 100% of the time. That's a little bit, it's something that we would love to work towards. But the more we can do, and the more we can have awareness around when we're not in consciousness, then we can let that stuff go and bring ourselves back there. And again, I do this with things like little apps and dings, and I now know a certain sound in my mind that triggers a thought process, and it goes there automatically. So I know that my subconscious will pick that up whenever it hears that little noise. It goes and asks the questions, and I can be still focusing and getting some other things done. But it reminds me to bring me back to that consciousness. So in summing this up, I've got a question for you. Do you believe all success in life starts with self-love? What if you don't love yourself? Or perhaps you simply will not allow yourself to do the things you need to do to achieve the success you deserve in this life. So instead of making the calls for your business, you procrastinate. Instead of saving money, you blow it all on nothing. Instead of creating, you make excuses that you don't have time. And perhaps instead of connecting with others, you think you're not good enough, or they're not going to like you. And face it, the truth is, you could choose to do it, yet you're not doing it. So stop it. Just stop. Open up to other things. You're not doing what you need to do to get the jobs done. It's that simple. You will not let you. So you become your own block. In the workbook, you can read some of the narrative there. If you don't want to read, then I've included an audio of me reading it. It's around 9 minutes. You know, and you can have the book read to you if you like, a little bit of an audible there. It's about 3 or 4 pages. It's not huge. And there are 3 questions. There are 3 questions for you to ponder today, and then post up your answers in the day 1 post in the Facebook group here that's private and closed. And I'm here to support and to champion you. So let's dive deep together. And the more you dive in, the deeper I can help you go. That's really what I'd like you to understand. And one final element, which really runs through the whole 5 days, the purpose of the first 5 steps, and really, you know, refresh being the first step, is to help you build a foundational practice in order to change what it is that you're running internally, to become more connected to yourself, you know, to find your very own functionally selfish. And this could include things like the meditation, journaling, mantras, you know, whatever it is that finds that works for you. Because I'm sharing what works for me, and you need to do you, like we talked about before. Get to know you the warrior way. However, it's important to realize that there's no magic pill. You know, there's your old patterns have been running a while, let's face it, you know, perhaps multiple generations, lifetimes, who knows? The last few years, the last few months, whatever it is. So that's why I find that we need reminders that help us to reinstate new behavior that we're bringing on board, or new ways of being, new thought patterns and feelings, you know, all these things that come up from our subconscious mind. When we choose to live life consciously, we have to do things a little bit differently. So for me, what works is I set an alarm, you know, 2 or 3 times a day with a mantra for the day that I'm using. And I do this through my daily alarm settings. It's fairly simple. And I'll provide a mantra each day that will align with what we're learning and what we're implementing. And I invite you to try this just for the 5 days and see if it makes an impact on you. So plug that into your phone as an alarm and remind you to refocus on your mantra and your intention for this challenge and beyond. There's also in the email a guided meditation. And I recorded this some time ago, actually. I listened to it and I thought, oh, you could do a better recording than that, Fiona. So I'll try and get that re-recorded this week and resend it to you. But don't let that stop you. Please give it a go. It's a very powerful meditation. So again, 7-9 minutes, something like that. And today's mantra for today, as you'll see in the email, is when I am clear on what I want, everything always works out better than I expected. So I find that works really well for me to help me refresh and to do that dump and become clear, you know, wash the murky water away from the fish tank. So I look forward to seeing you and your posts and your comments in the group to the questions. There is the post is there, should be there already with the questions. And you know, feel free to tag me, put them in there, and I'll have, you know, I'll go through with you, help you get over any stuckness to get you moving forward. So I look forward to seeing you on day 2 tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock, and look out for your emails. And again, if you don't have the emails, please drop a link to the guys. I will actually put the link up in this live that you can actually click and put your details in and you'll get the email straight away. All right. So until then, remember, be your own best friend. Do whatever it takes. Much love and gratitude to you. I'll see you on the inside. So for now, it's bye from me.